This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. It's opening round coverage of the Alberta Classic. And now we go down to the first hole. Getting ready to get the tournament started. Frank, first tee jitters?
Oh, everybody gets them. That's the beauty of it. If you don't, you shouldn't be playing this game. Just try and think nice and slow. Rich, these players aren't getting a reprieve with the win right now.
Right from the start, the winds have been kicking pretty good.
Yeah, but at least it's presenting that challenge for the players that don't get every other day.
This will test the player. I mean, it's one thing to play with no wind in perfect conditions, but as we know, golf is a game of variables.
Yeah, and better strike will be rewarded today.
Good tee shot, right in the short grass. Frank, what's the best way to attack on this second shot, opening hole?
Less confusion, Rich. Just look at the flag. This is a fairly flat piece of fairway we're heading off, and to a green that's very generous.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
So, hanging in down the stretch with a par. Frank, it's always nice to begin a round with a little variety. We had a relatively short par 4 opening hole and now a par 3 to back it up.
You can see why short iron play is going to be paramount today, Rich. Short iron into the first hole and a chance here to hit another short iron into a short par 3. So you can get off to a very fast start.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Frank, you hate to miss it from that distance.
More than a setback there. Even par, currently.
So that's a bogey, and now to 1 over par for the tournament. Frank, how about the first par 5 of the golf course here at the third, just a shade under 530 yards. Good birdie opportunity?
It certainly is. There's 3 bunkers just down that left side. Avoid those, and this par 5, very reachable. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
You can play it from there, 300 yards away and in the fairway. This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it is well on the cards.
Well, that one didn't work out. Didn't look bad in the air. It hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop. Rich, with a lie like that on the rough, you're going to get too much grass between club face and ball. You're going to have to adjust for that and at least take a club or 2 more.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Nudge this one home, finish it up.
All things pointed to a good week. Birdie there, very important right now.
Playing some good golf. Action is underway, and we'll take you out to hole number 4. Early in the round, still holding steady, even par on the day.
Yeah, it's got that feel it could go either way here. Next few holes will probably tell us which way.
And this is looking really good. Outstanding strike right there, right off the center of the club face, and a good chance for birdie. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Frank, how does that par help his cause?
It certainly doesn't hurt it.
Frank, what's the key here at the 5th hole? It's par 4, 424 yards.
The first real stringent tee shot of the day. 3 bunkers, first one not really in play. That third one in the distance, unless you're someone like a Bubba Watson, you should be able to aim at that and not reach it. I tell you, there's long and long, and that, with a little bit of breeze behind, it's long.
He rode the wind there to payday. He's going to have a good look coming up. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. That will be a great look at birdie. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Well, that one's got a stink. That's a good stroke.
That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Frank, you played at the highest level all over the world. What was a comfortable yardage for you on holes like this?
I actually had a club, believe it or not, that just the grooves on it, it would go 105 yards. It was a lofted sand iron, whether it was out of the first cut or rough or the fairway. So if I could hit it around 100 yards, I could almost hit that distance with my eyes closed. After that, 70 yards was the next one. So everybody has that little sort of sweet spot with the wedge.
So that means on a hole like this, you were looking for something off the tee in the 265 to 270 range, and that would put what club in your hand?
Just in those days, it was a 53-degree sand iron, yeah.
Well, you have to be thinking about birdie here on this approach shot at the 6th, Frank.
A good aggressive tee shot, pretty close to the narrow neck of that green. Awkward, whether you try and hit a little pitch and run or try and hit a lofted wedge and sort of pitch that ball a little closer to the hole.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable, that never deviated offline.
Can't make it, Frank, if you don't hit it.
Hubert Green once said, 99% of putts left short don't go in. I don't know what happened to the other 1%, but...
In for par. ...602-yard par 5, 7th hole. Frank, I'm guessing you want to take the big stick out and let it rip here.
Saw Rory McIlroy hit his tee shot here so far he had an iron in. Oh, I liked that.
What a tremendous display of power and precision. This is all feel with a lob wedge. It has been a ball-striking clinic today, hitting one green after the next. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Man,
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Has this one for par. Still even par for the day. Frank, you like this kind of design feature where you go from the longest hole in the course immediately to the shortest hole.
Certainly, golf giveth and golf taketh away. This is just minimally uphill, just a couple of feet, but you can see from the overview the design of the green. When that flag's on the right, it's a little bit of a longer carry, so just be a little cognizant of that. You don't have to hit it directly at the flag.
Hoping to get this up and down here, Frank, at the par 3 after missing the green.
It's not all bad. Second shot.
Pretty good shot right there. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. It's a solid par right there, Frank.
He'll be moving to third place, inching his way to the top of the leaderboard.
Now to hole number 9, 501 yards. It's a par 5.
Yeah, we finished with the third par 5 on the front 9. You're just going to come through those sort of chute of marvellous trees that define this fairway. Just avoid the right side. Something down the left side is going to open up the second shot.
Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Well, Frank, what do you like here? Second shot to this par 5.
I like just the general terrain, Rich. Even though the water's on the right side, you want to keep away from that, which actually makes that ball go towards the general upslope of the green.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Safely aboard. Settles in over the putt. Once considered the best player at the college level, our featured golfer makes birdie, sitting comfortably inside the cut line. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Well, he's going for back-to-back birdies here, trying to jumpstart this round.
Some momentum moving in the right direction.
So a good birdie, and the score looks good too. 2 under for the tournament. So off the long par 3 10th, we are at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4, Frank.
It looks like a straightaway par 4, Rich, but if anything, the hole actually bends to the left, and you really want to follow that natural contour of that. Just sort of draw it off those bunkers on the right, or just simply carry it over the ones on the left. But ideally, down the left side, it avoids that pine tree that's further down.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, what do you want to do with this second shot here at the 11th?
Just a scoring club again, Rich. This is a chance to get off to a good start on that on the homeward 9. Anytime you get sort of 8-iron down, you can virtually go straight at the flag because this green pitches back towards the player.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Not a gimme, but well within his range. So close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
Just a couple of feet.
And another good par.
Here at the 12th, par 4, 442 yards. Frank, what's ahead?
This one's called Big Bow. Hole's certainly a lot longer than the 10th hole, which is a player's right. A couple of bunkers down the left side. That first bunker on the left shouldn't be too much of a problem to carry. But once again, even though the hole bends to the right, you'd like to be down the opposite side of the fairway, which is the left.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Well, Frank, certainly a chance to make a 3 here, but there's also a little bit of a risk.
Yeah, like a few of the greens on this golf course, if you just miss that target there, the ball has a tendency to run off in a different direction. Anything left of the flag here is liable to run towards the left, could even kick into that bunker. And this one just seems to be moving a little left in the air.
Not too bad. Wouldn't say he's ecstatic, but not unhappy either.
24 feet. There'll be a lot of players much further away than that on this hole.
You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants a do-over there.
Just a little tap in here. Nice par to remain at 2 under. Well, Frank, here's another pretty long par 3, the 13th here at Banff Springs, 225 yards. What's the right play?
Well, unless they have that flag all the way in the back, that first 2/3 of the green is just like a nice big circle. You hit it anywhere on that, you're going to have a putt of some 20, 25 feet maximum for birdie.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. And with that, he'll go to 3 under. Frank, this par 4 14th hole at about 440 yards will test you all the way up to that green, won't it?
It certainly will. It just looks like you should bash it over those bunkers down the left side, but the green pitches from left to right. So the best access is actually down the right side, coming in from that sort of right line. So don't be fooled here.
Really good play off the tee, at least 300 yards and in the fairway. Frank, what are we looking at on this approach shot here at the 14th?
This 14th green just built up a little bit. Got to be careful you don't miss this green on the left side. It'll just kick all the way down, and it'll be a difficult little chip up the hill. But once again, second shot's not too long.
Good-looking shot right here. Making it look easy at this point. Another beautiful approach shot. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Frank, that is nothing more than a punch to the gut.
No, it's cruel, Rich. Good putt and deserves so much more. Another shot added, though.
I mean, takes the wind right out of your sails. Solid par. Now to the 15th tee, and Frank, this looks like a fun shot to hit.
It won't play its full yardage because of that elevated tee, but a good one out here. We might see one of those 350, 360 plus yard drives.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie.
It's no snack, though.
Hard putt, soft hands, beautiful roll. Moving on to number 16 now. It's a par 4, 414 yards. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
It's another hole that'll favour a nice sort of high draw off the tee. It'll set up that second shot to a green that has got several different levels on it. When he goes after it like he is here,
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
it was like a cannon. Whoa, that is long.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. That moves to 5 under par. Frank, as we make our way to the house, a chance here at the 17th, just 374 yards, a chance for a birdie.
It certainly is. Anytime you see a hole today under 400 yards, a par 4 that is, you know you're going to get a short on your iron. You know you're going to get a short iron in your hand if you hit a good tee shot. Just avoid the bunkers left and right off the tee. Green does slope back to front, so it pitches nicely towards you, making that second shot, if anything, a little easier.
Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
That is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. This is a pretty good performance right here. 6 under for the tournament. Well, Frank, this sets up for an exciting finish here at Banff Springs, a 578-yard par 5.
There's just about a bunker in play for every length of tee shot here, so know exactly which one you can carry and exactly which one you cannot reach.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. This is all feel with a lob wedge.
Oh, that's off the beaten track. That's got 5 minutes to find it.
And setting up here in the rough. Well, that's what separates the good players from the great players, the ability to get it that close from that kind of lie. Getting set now over the putt. Continuing to play well. -7 now after that putt.
Rich, in that great opportunity, name on top of the leaderboard. It is only round one.
Good place to be.